Okay, so Apocalypsis, right? I think Apocalypsis is on my channel too. I think I recognize him from once in a while. Not a whole lot, but I think he's a friend. All right, so here we go. So you're not far off on the I Ching from Micah. You got 56. You got traveling. So you'll be traveling. Hexagram 56. Traveler creating small success. Traveling constancy brings good fortune. Sagittarius, traveling vibes. I would check Sag in your chart for travel, because I got Moon in Sag, so I understand these things. To be the traveler means you are not at home here. You know you don't belong, since you are only passing through. Okay, so this is soul walk-in stuff, basically. Since you are only passing through, your creative involvement is limited. You cannot expect to change your surroundings, and nor should your surroundings change you. Be constant to your own way as you travel. What do you bring with you into each new situation? What does the place ask of you? Where are you going? All right, so those are the questions for the traveler.
He's traveling at the moment. He's in the car listening to this.
Excellent. See, there you go. There you go. I do some of my best thinking on the road, thus all the ridiculous drive streams that I sit there and I take this big breath, and then there's a pregnant pause for almost 30 seconds. Anyway, okay, we got the snow leopard for you. It's one of the big cats, which I believe snow leopard is earth elemental. Mystery, agility, belief, and sensitivity. Mystery, agility, belief, and sensitivity. So, like, the agility part I find interesting as being a traveler, right? Because the agility has the motion involved with that. And, of course, mystery, when you're traveling, if you're traveling to new places, everywhere you go is effing mystery, isn't it? Right? Being sensitive to your new surroundings is helpful to getting an accurate first pass. And then the belief system is interesting. We'll see how that falls into play, if you will. Okay, so in your focus position, Apocalypsis, we have the Wood Ward. This is an equivalent to the Justice card here, right? So this is your 11. So this is the Wood Ward. That is this is the Guardian of the Forest, if you will. Right? So you're kind of in this place where, in your position, you're kind of looking over things and being like, all right, this is kind of my domain, and is everything cool in my domain? Are people happy? Is everybody got what they need and nobody's under fear, stress, duress, and lack? Yada, yada, yada. You know, you're running around in your domain making sure everything's all right for people. You're the Wood Ward. All right, so that's the vibe in context to your secret inquiry, whatever it is upon thy heart. And ooh, good rune for the Wood Ward. We have Elgaz. All right, so this is a time where you're being very defensive or empowering within this domain that you ward. Right, so you've got, for some reason, all this power and protection that needs to happen right now in your life. What's the origins of that? Okay, so I've pulled Ace of Stones, the foundation of life. It's represented by a little mon ear here. So that's got a very interesting, simple answer, right? There was a new wealth spring of resource that has come up recently in your world. And that's obviously what you're protecting, this new, because this is stone, this is pentacles, right? This is new material value has been discovered. Like, your craft work is at a point where something now is worth more than it was because of what you can do with it, so on and so forth, and it has to be protected. Like a patent on a new invention, right? It needs to be protected. So that way the Department of Energy doesn't off you in some conspiracy, right? Okay, and wow, and further reinforcement, I've drawn Fehu about the resources. All right, so you've got all of these provided resources in the natural world that have given you the manifestation of a new resource to tap in particular. And so, what is all of this worth? All right, so we have... Oh, you know what? I am sorry. I'm forgetting an important detail. This man here, it came up reversed. So that's also an important factor, is that I think that it hasn't produced that manifested value yet, but it's there. The Fehu rune, especially upright, is telling you that it's there, but you haven't quite, like, reached its acing yet, right? It's not really emerged. You're still kind of mulling over it. That's probably why you're protecting it, right? It's like you got the sword and the stone, but nobody can pull the sword out yet, so you have to build a whole fort around it because everybody wants to line up and pull it out, and then once it's pulled out, some other guy's gonna want to fucking chop your head off for it. Yada yada yada. It's a whole effing thing because it's the biggest deal. So then we have, in that Verdandi position, celebration, the Four of Bows reversed. Right? So you've got people dancing around fire, or the fire is perhaps dancing around them. They're practically dancing in the fire as this celebration. But once again, it's reversed, right? You're dealing with a situation where there's a slight pity that you're not really able to utilize it and then make celebration about it. Like, it's not that, it's just like me. Like, I can pull out a great guitar lick, but I can't put the whole fucking song together right now. And so the guitar lick out of context sounds good and all that, but it's not part of the greater expression feeling of the wholeness of the song, where it had a preceding section and a proceeding section that put it together, and then the layers on top of that, and then lyrics, and then it being well produced, and then all of a sudden it's not just a bunch of guys writing a scratch track in their basement, but it's a whole freaking thing that's designed to ask for your fucking attention and to throw you in the goddamn mosh pit, right? So it's like that, and there's a bit of a struggle to bring it out. Thus, the celebration that you are looking for is not there yet. What we got? We got Ingos, right? So be patient. You are still developing this, right? It is still going through its process of becoming, right? So you need to keep the ritual work with your resources going until you're able to kind of extract the value out of this stone that isn't popping up the right way for you. Now, in Skuld, more reverses on you, man. So it's good to keep tabs on these things. You got the Seer, which is the High Priestess card. All right, so you got the Seer reversed. So anything that is going on right now with you, where you're looking at the possibilities of what you're doing, I would hold back on your assumptions. Completely hold back on your assumptions, right? Because you've got this Ace of Stones in reversed, right? It's going to cloud that you think you are seeing in its potential that has not been realized yet. It needs more time to cultivate. Gebo. So you got Gebo over here, right? So the secret to getting that going is that, like, whatever you got that you're protecting, just gauge with your judgment. People that you know and trust. People that you sit there and the Wood Ward gives the clear, and your defenses are not a threat, right? These are the people that you can let in and, like, show them what you got, right? Like, listen, I got this thing. I'm still working on it. You are people that I trust, and I'm still trying to figure out what it's all worth. So this is a gift. Like, just like I'm giving free readings because nobody realizes that they need to spend $120 to sit down with me for an hour to solve their fucking problems. It's kind of the same thing, except I'm doing this big open public situation because I don't have this spread as my runic not success issue, if you see what I mean, right? But this shows you this full spread of your situation, apocalypsis, and now we have your parting wisdom from the Whispering Wood. Ooh, the Knight. I don't know if I've drawn this card yet in a reading. Fun. Find comfort in the night. I love this. All right. Find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright.
How poetic.
Little poem
That's
in
awesome.
there, too. Yeah. So, nighttime, which is interesting. I mean, the celebration around the bonfire and whatnot, like, fires are the best at night with the great luminous glow and how that brings things to life in and of itself, so on and so forth. So that also tells me that through your process of this gifting, of this experiment for your sake of cultivating whatever this thing is that you hope to have for people, it's something that is to be done at night or to be done under cover of darkness, probably for its own protection, to keep something secret until it's ready for prime time, as they say.